Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the lands of Ardalia for another episode of Malt and Magic. Last time, our brave adventurers faced harrowing ice wraiths in a chilling encounter that very much tested their resolve and their combat prowess. But as the snow settled, a heart-wrenching bargain was struck with the Oracle Glimmermere, shaking the very core of this group. And so now, scattered, isolated, the Planar Detective Agency finds themselves wandering the eerie, whispering woods of the Frostvale, alone in the cold. Each step forward now is a step into the unknown as they have to navigate the treacherous path set before them, very much alone. What awaits them in the haunting silence of these wintry woods? Who knows? Stay tuned as each hero will face the frosty shadows of their past, present, and potentially future. So a few content warnings for tonight. This episode will contain themes of potentially emotional distress, emotional distress, I can't get that word out, mental health challenges, fantasy violence, and dark thematic elements. Viewer discretion, as always, is advised. Of course, there will also be adult language and adult humour, so you have been warned, folks. Let's roll.
What
The
up?
fucking behind the scenes shenanigans. How are we doing?
Yo.
I can feel the nervous tension from everyone already. So.
Help!
Very good. So, yes, let's go into our lineup, and then there's a few things to discuss before we see what's happening. So, I am Matt, I'm your Dungeon Master. I may be playing Takami tonight, who knows? But potentially any other NPCs and stuff like that.
I am Dave, and I'm playing Jewel of Shadows, the female Tabaxi rogue. And I'm just going to remind chat that there is the ability to give us inspiration. I'm just going to put it out there.
Good call.
That is a sweet call.
Hello, and I'm Danny, and I will nervously be playing Lex Ordo, the UNT sorcerer, and we're going to rescue Edgious. The glue. Is he the glue that holds us together? Either way, he's pretty important to the plot, so we kind of need him.
That's fair. He's that cheap glue you get in the discount mart that like holds you together a little bit and then just like doesn't work anymore. It's kind of
Use it once and then it's just rock hard afterwards.
Aldi PVA glue.
That is Edgious. I am Tom, the father half of Homie and the Dude, and I'm playing Kevin Buckland, the human barbarian / paladin. And I'm guardedly petrified. So let's see what happens.
What's up? I'm Bodhi, the son half of Homie and the Dude, and I'm playing our resident Prit Stick, Edgious Bones Jones, Bard, Sorcerer. And guys, look, if you're wondering how the fuck we got into a forest where everyone's separated, all you have to do is ask my dumbass, apparently. So let's get it going.
Bodhi, it's not like, you know, the rest of us don't also have a lot of standing in how the hell we got here.
Yeah, this is true. This is true.
There was a whole
I didn't have to
collective
chase after
fuck
you
up
into the
last
woods,
week.
did I? I could have gone,
I know.
oh, Edgious
No,
is
you
having
did
a bad
not.
time and just left you.
Yeah.
No.
That's
Help us
I think that
out.
was the bit. There was
gonna happen.
there was the bargain, which obviously hit home
Full on
pretty fucking
trickery,
quickly. And then everybody just went, yeah, I'll go that way. Into the woods. Why not? There's a whole musical about how bad that is.
True, there actually is. Fuck's sake.
Very good. So before we descend into the chaos of the Winterwood, there are a few things to talk about. So yes, as Dave has rightly called out, you can use your Wrathstrike nuggets, which are the little channel points you earn by watching Multimagic, to inspire our players, inspire me, to change the narrative of the game somewhat.
Yeah, if you give shit to Matt, we're banning you straight up. Straight up.
They won't. They
Just
won't.
time out.
I'm moderator. It's fine. I can. Very good. The other thing, of course, is tonight is the final night of our bumper 4-year anniversary giveaway. Confetti and balloons.
Oh, God, bloody hell. That one.
I
There you
knew I
go.
was going to catch him off guard with that one.
Yeah.
So yes, the final night to earn tickets. Now I'm very pleased to say we have already given away, or people have already earned collectively, over 1,000 tickets. So there is a lot of skin in the game for this giveaway. Now, what we're going to do is to allow folks chance to tune in and chat throughout the whole episode, because there's bumper tickets associated with that. We're going to do our announcement of the winner right at the end. So we will collect everybody that's sort of joined in tonight, anybody that then likes on Instagram and does all the social media stuff, or Discord, any of that. We'll collect all the final tickets in, and there will then be a draw right at the end before we close. So that will be a little bit of a pick-me-up, hopefully, from an episode that does get on the up, rather than this emotional descent that we've hit. But yes, that being said, let's dive in. You are all wandering. I say you're all wandering. 3 of the party are currently wandering aimlessly through the forest of this Winterwood, if you like, what I've called the Winterwood now. This forest that surrounds the outside of the castle you are trying to reach to get to the Lord of Winter and to hopefully rescue. I almost did it then. Rescue Callum. I almost did a Dave and said Cavan. But yeah, to rescue Callum. Edgious, in his frustration of the whole comedy of errors that led us up to this point, has been mind-slivering himself to the point where literally those last 2 points of health he went hit the snow unconscious.
Great bit of cinema, by the way.
Edgious, I am going to start with you. I'm just going to do a few things on my end, so bear with me just a second.
I feel like I'm
Talk
rolling
amongst
for
yourselves, as we say.
It's going to be painful.
I will say,
Just know
as I just connect
we
to
are
a
literally,
few
we jumped in the deep end with you, because that's the kind of crew we are.
Yeah.
things. Dave's back. There we go. I was just about to do the shot. That's all right, mate. Yes, we will start with you, Edgious, then.
Do I need owlbear open?
No, you need nothing
He's
but
expecting to
your
be
own
killed.
collective wit.
We're in trouble.
Can you hear how tight my
new
butthole is?
character.
I'm not sure if that's a thing.
I
that you
can
guys
literally hear it clenching as we speak.
Twitching like a rabbit's nose, mate.
Oh,
Sake. The chaos. Very good. Edgious, you fall into snow and there is instant darkness. First thing I need you to do, make me a death saving throw, please.
oh, I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it as well. Son of a bitch. That's it. Oh, okay. That's a 11.
Very good. 1 success. Cold seeps into your bones. darkness. And then eventually you see light. Icy blue light. Your vision comes back to you. You're not sure how, but you are conscious. And you look around and you see the wood. The forest. Slightly different than before. The trees now form a corridor, if you like, along this frozen pathway. And within the trees, equally spaced out, it's almost like the trunks have just expanded and ice has frozen over in such a perfect manner that you see a number of these icy mirrors. What are you doing?
Edgious is kind of just laying in the snow, and it's like, you know those mornings where you just can't wake up, where like you just don't want to get out of bed, where you're just almost, you feel almost like paralyzed to like get up. You're just gonna take a deep breath, and he saw something last episode that he was curious about. And he's gonna start just doing a little snow angel in the snow, moving his arms ever so slightly, and just doing a little snow angel. Makes him smile a little bit. So he sits up and kind of looks ahead and looks at these mirrors, and looks down and goes, "Fuck," and stands up.
As you look down, then.
Yeah.
Just to interrupt, as you look down and you do this sort of snow angel, you look at your form and you can see it is fritzing of sorts, but it's a smooth fritz. So a smooth transition between all of your different forms that you've ever taken any point during your changeling history.
Okay. I like to imagine it's almost like a laser at a concert that's broken. You know, when you get the smoke machine, and you kind of get that hologram in the smoke machine, but it kind of like is fritzing, and every now and then you can just see the smoke, and then every now and then the image of Edgious comes back into to view. He'll stand up and brush off the snow off of his trousers, and we'll just kind of like just very painfully trudge forward, as in his mind he just claws at memories of his family, and just almost internally is just like going through every filing cabinet of memories with his family that he has, and is just trying to find one photo. He's like, there's got to be one photo in this filing cabinet of my son that doesn't have just like this mess of like almost arcane static in front of his face.
Maybe a perception check, please.
Perception check. 13. Oh,
13.
wait, actually, wait. Plus perception. Sorry, I completely forgot that was just straight dice. That's a 18. My apologies.
18. Fantastic. You are racking your brains at this point, and there is a moment where you then look up, and the closest mirror you see, and you see yourself for a moment look up from the ice and from the snow where you are, and then the mirror shifts and a new image forms. An image of your old home in Union City. You see Kalila serving you and a boy, at least you think it's a boy, seeing a meal being prepared and served, and a wholesome family moment. But you do not see the face you are hoping to see.
Edgious will kind of turn away and put his hands on his head and be like, no, No. It's just a dream. It's just a dream we're in. Something's tricking me. I've been asleep. It's gotta just be. It's gotta just not be real. As he kind of stumbles over, like in with his hands, on his head, he stumbles over to like the other side and places his hands on one of the other mirrors, kind of to rest himself, almost like he's like getting lightheaded and dizzy, as he's walking.
Okay.
And I'll just rest my hand on the mirror across from, like, almost like diagonally across from the one I just looked at. Like I almost continue up that path to one that's like diagonal across from me.
Okay, and as you rest your hand on that one, again, you sort of see yourself staring at the ground, and it shifts once again. And you see the face of Calvin coming into your office for that first time to work alongside the great detective Edgious Jones, PI. And you know who Calvin became.
Edgious will like kind of rear back from the mirror and be like, no, I can't be dealing with this right now. I just need to be gone. Leave me alone. And he'll just start jogging down this like thoroughfare, I assume, like road, bit of open bit in this forest.
Very good. So you jog on, to use a British term there. You continue jogging down this quite clear corridor, and you pass by mirrors, and each one gives you that glimpse of something beyond just your reflection. You see your wife and child dead on the floor of your home. You see, skipping further ahead into the future there, you see that same home and a mirror glowing purple, and a replay of the scene where that message from Klein played. You see an endless river and a ferryman. And then you sprint up a little bit further, and one image stopped you dead in your tracks. An image of a human male of sorts. One ear pointed, pink eyes, wavy blonde hair that falls to their shoulders. And you see the image of Callum staring out at you from the mirror.
Is he wearing trousers?
Yes.
Edgious. Okay, so something happens to Edgious in this moment. Something super, super important happens to Edgious in this moment. He's freaking out. His mind is all over the place, and he doesn't know what's real. And something in that detective head of his clicks into place when he sees this. You're telling me that the memory mirrors that are showing him important stuff in his life wouldn't show him Callum with his gorgeous 8 to 9 foot long schlong out? Edgious realizes that what's happening around him is clearly something that is trying to just fuck with him. And though he's fucking with his own mind at the moment, there's a little bit of comfort in knowing that even when he's at his worst, it's hard to trick his senses, his perceptive skills. That still has remained, even though he feels like chunks of his mind are kind of falling away to the ether of whatever exists around Edgious's mind.
Very good. And what do you do?
I go, no. He never liked trousers! And we'll just, like, kind of keep walking. And what I would like to do, Matt, is, I'm not sure how much I can influence this, but in the, like, overarching view of this forest, you know, if we like drone pulled away from Edgious and like came to like looking down on the forest, I would like Edgious to be almost moving subconsciously towards Takami, if feasibly possible, in this wooded area. Like, whether that's like subconsciously, whether that's him doing it with like universe stuff. If there's something I have to roll, I would love to roll it, but I would like to just be getting closer to Takami as I dash away from this mirror.
Okay. You dash away from this mirror, and as you turn, you hear a voice echo throughout this wood as you continue to run, and the mirrors now just show you running as this corridor continues to expand. And this vision of Callum floats along beside you in these mirrors. Are you simply going to ignore me, darling?
Edgious is going to be like, I couldn't do it, Callum, I fucked it for everyone. And he's just going to be running as fast as he fucking can, just pumping. He's like, I don't know, Callum, I just always fuck it, whether it's my family or my friends or me. I'm a fuck up, Callum, I'm a fuck up. You need better. And he's just going to keep running.
Make me dexterity saving throw.
Oh, I hope you're thinking the same thing I am, because I was about to say Edgious is going to trip on something. I was about to say. Oh, that is a dexterity saving throw. That is a 18.
18, very good. You are sprinting. Callum continuing to float by you. Not a fuck up, darling. Let me show you. A mirror springs up in front of you. You stop a centimetre before you smash through this mirror. The bridge of your nose meeting the glass. Yeah. Where Callum's nose essentially is. And you stare into those pink eyes.
I love an 18 roll, and I love it a lot. But I think we all know what we really want. Edgious tumbles forward because he doesn't have good balance, and it's slippy in the snow. And he falls into the mirror.
You smash into this mirror. As you smash into this mirror, it's almost like you see Callum reach out for you and hold you. You land on ice the other side. And from the side of the mirrors,
Slide.
as you look into the mirror, you can see yourself laid on the floor, but you see Callum just sort of crouched down next to you. Get up, Edgious.
Callum, I don't think I can this time, Callum. I've gotten up so many times. Like, can it not just be done this time?
You feel a force grab your chin, and as you look into the mirror, you can see Callum's grabbed hold of your chin, and he just turns you to look over to the other side as I hit the mic, and you see another mirror.
Ow, that was my jaw clicking. Ow, that was a lot of force. Callum, it's all great that, like, you know, this raven person is like wanting me, and that the boatman is chill, and that the moon lady is saying some shit, and that, you know, Cavan is feeling better after killing some priests, and Lex is, you know, came back from that great time, you know, in back at home where he went home, and Jules went home, and I go home, and I fuck everything up, and I can't be nice to Takami, I can't be not nice to Takami, and I think Callum, honestly, I just want to die. I'm done with this journey that something tells me that the world would be better. I don't know.
Look.
Edgious will look.
Describe to me your wedding.
Oh, fuck you, Matt. Oh, fuck you. So much fuck you. You're gonna make me cry, asshole. Okay, so, Edgious got married underneath the tree at which he took Kalila for their first date. It's just outside of Union City, and they had a picnic. Like, it's this crazy tree. It's this wild tree. Like, just past Union City, there's kind of these like hills basically, and it stands alone, branching out and like almost encompassing the top of this hill, like this incredibly, like almost like a like Mother Willow from like Pocahontas kind of vibes. Just gorgeous, big, stunning tree, and stood in between like two thick roots is like Edgious and Kalila, and there's someone playing an acoustic guitar, and Edgious's son, who he can't see, but was 2 years old, and was Edgios's best man. Next in line, he had his father, and he's like looking down his line of people, and he's proud as fuck, and it's just beautiful, dude. It's just stunning. The wind is blowing, and I like to imagine the scene we cut to is like as they both kind of look at each other, and it's almost that scene from Spy Kids before they jump off the side of the cliff, and it's just the I do's with this like super passionate kiss, and everyone stands to cheer basically, and then like cut back at that point.
You see that whole memory play out in front of you. Look.
Yeah, I mean, it was the best day of my life. Well, what can I say? And what else is there to say about that day?
Yet up, Edgious.
You always were a stubborn bastard, Callum. Edgious puts a hand on the ice and lifts himself up into a seated position, and then stands and kind of goes, what now?
See 3 mirrors in front of you. Callum, as you look into that mirror again and see Callum stood next to you, his hand just sort of moves out. Choose.
Callum. How am I meant to know it's even you that I'm talking to? You had pants on in another image. Pants, Callum. Pants. Restrictive, tight. They look like skinny jeans that you would never wear. How do I know it's you? Prove to me that it's you. That's a good point. You make a good point. That's a solid fucking point. Damn, Callum, you speak some truth. Fuck. Cutting through that with logic as always. Man, you know that's what we've been missing on the team. You know what, Callum? Now that you can say that's, man, shit has been awry since you fucking left, man. I have missed
Fuck you,
buddy.
Beat me to it. In that moment, one of the mirrors flashes up. Lex. And you can see Lex stood there, facing away from you. Cog on his shoulder. A puzzle in front of him. trying
Lex?
to solve it.
What's Lex doing here? I thought I ditched them. He'll look to the
You
next
see Lex now sort of look around, and usually in those scenes, one of the PDA members would be there. Instead, Lex stands alone. You look to the next. You see Jewel, stood on the edge of an icy chasm. And again,
Callum, I don't like this game that I'm already down, man. I'm at the bottom here. You don't need to kick me any harder, Mirror Callum.
you see in the third mirror, cavern on an icy lake, surrounded by enemies, alone.
Callum, is this? What do you want from me, Callum? What do you want, Callum?
Those three mirrors melt, and two appear. In one, you see two gravestones in a garden. In the other, you see a peach blossom tree with these pink blossoms just flowing off.
Okay, now that's fucked up, dude. Hey, Callum, what are we doing here? What am I doing? Like, shit is bad, dude. Just fucking kill me, dude. I'm done. Just fucking end it. Like, I'm ready. Like, why are we playing these fucking games? Just put the fucking crossbow to my fucking head and do it, Callum. Stop fucking around.
Make me a death saving throw. One success and one failure. Those two mirrors melt, and a single mirror now appears in front of you. And Callum stands there with his arms crossed. Do you really think so little of yourself, darling?
You know what, Callum? There's a difference between thinking something and knowing something.
No, there isn't.
Fuck, you're smart. Bastard. Look, dude. Do you not see the trail of destruction that follows my life? My friends are incredible. I've seen Jewel leap gaps of like 30 feet. Not even LeBroneth of James can do this. It's wild. I've seen Lex solve puzzles faster than Alberto Stein. It's nuts. Cavan can carry more wood than the Mountain, the legendary bodybuilder from Nyalin, the Mountain. Cannon. And I'm just a fucking dude that won't fucking die, who just wants to fucking die, because all I do is hurt people. Takami's crying, my family's dead, my team are fucked. The world is now fucked because of someone that I fucked with, someone I had to go out of my way to provoke and play this stupid game of cat and mouse with them. Do you not see, Callum, that everything is fucked because of me? Well, it all stems back to me.
At this point, mirrors all begin just shattering around you. And you watch each of those scenes that you've already watched, whether it's the wedding, the happy moment with your family, the death of your family, your friends, the peach blossom tree, all of those different things, Calvin as well, all of those, and icy shards fly across this space. Make me another death saving throw, please.
No whammies. It's a 14.
2 successes, 1 failure. A single mirror still stands. And it's Callum, who stands there. And he fades into the background a bit. If you really think so little of yourself, then maybe others can show you your true worth. You see that moment. You walked off into the woods. The first person you see is Takami, who without hesitation follows. You see her return and meditate, with a single tear sort of rolling down her face. And then you see all 3 of your closest friends right now, all of them at the same moment look up and look at each other, tears rolling down their face, each one saying a single word. Heron. Cavan runs. Lex runs. Jewel runs. The mistakes of the past shape us, Edgious. Carry on.
So, as Edgious is watching this, he's going to just place his hand on the edge of the mirror frame and kind of dip his head. And as Callum says that, Callum would see, or whatever the fuck Callum is, would see Edgious like head down, his head just kind of like bobbing up and down as he just sobs. Hard. Deep. And looks up and just goes, I don't deserve their love. If anything, they deserve my love. Like, Cavan saved me. Like, I wouldn't be, like, without. It's all about them. They helped me. I didn't do it. Why would they care like that?
As you ask that question, within your chest, a heartbeat.
He just will grab at his ribcage.
I understand self-doubt, darling. I understand low self-worth. But what you need to realize is that the only one who sees themselves or sees you in that way is you.
How do I?
You look behind Callum now and you see Kalila and a boy. Kalila wraps her arms around the boy, pulls him in, and just smiles at you. And mouths, "It's okay."
Edgious just bursts into tears and is just like, I guess it's just like, I and I think he just, for the first time in his life, I think hearing those words, "it's okay," seeing that from Kalila, I think he's always wondered whether she hated him. You know, in those last few months before he died, as we saw in, before she died, and he died, before everyone died, Edgious just wasn't present, and he wasn't the husband that he should have been because he was obsessed with the thing that would eventually be the reason he loses his family. And I think, you know, he always questioned whether they hated him. And I think in this moment, a weight is lifted from Edgious's soul that he didn't know existed still. As he looks up, wipes tears from his face, grits his teeth and looks back at Kalila and the boy. I promised I would get revenge. But I think I need to get revenge by just being better. Better than I was. Better than who he made me. Maybe I've been motivated by the wrong thing.
At that point, Kalila smiles. Blows you a kiss. Disappears in a flurry of snow. And you see Callum once again, who smiles and points at your ribcage again.
Callum, you know that only exists because of those people, right? You know, the only reason I'm here is because of them. Wait, Callum, how do I save you? No!
You now stare at yourself in a mirror. What do you see?
Fuck. Edgious sees someone that he hates. Someone that he is not proud of. But if everyone else sees it differently, then why couldn't he? And as he says that, he doesn't gain confidence, because that's not something that you can gain as quickly as one can lose it. But he sees Edgious sat at a tavern, actually, laughing with the most gut-filled laugh ever. And as the camera pulls out, he puts an arm on this side around Cavan, and he puts an arm the other side around Lex, as Lex puts an arm around Jewel, and Cavan puts an arm around Takami, and Takami puts an arm around Callum, and everyone's laughing. And Edgious realizes that they're laughing about the time that they got stuck in the Feywild because Edgious was too dumb to know when he was being tricked. And he smiles and laughs. And I think he's just gonna go, fuckers. And yeah, like I guess go, okay, I get it. How do I get back to them? How do I help my
Make me
team?
a death saving throw with advantage, please.
Let's go. Last one.
Thank God for that. Because one was a 1. And one was a 17.
Fuck's sake.
Dear Lord. That was way too close. Holy
The
fuck.
fine balance that is life and death.
Yeah.
The final thing you see, Edgious, staring into this mirror, is yourself, stood, staring back at yourself. But then behind you, a black paw places one hand, or places itself on your shoulder, and you see Jewel behind you. She smiles. You see another hand on the other shoulder. Yellowish, golden skin with these scales. You see Lex behind you. Just winks. You look behind yourself and you see Cavan just with his arms crossed, grinning and laughing. And then you look next to you and you just see a pink-haired individual who just bows at you. And in that moment the mirror falls towards you. And rather than shattering, it just envelops you. And there is darkness once more. We are going to cut to Cavan.
Frick.
I'm sweating my tits off watching
Cabin.
this, you know.
Yeah, no shit. No shit. That was awesome, by the way.
Thank you. Well done, Edge. Amazing
Shout
stuff,
out.
Alex.
Appreciate you.
Cavan, you wander this woodland. What are you doing as you wander through it?
As we broke away from what was going to be the camp, and I saw Lex kind of in front of me going in one direction, and Jewel just dart off because Jewel had better traction than anyone. I hesitated for a second and thought to myself, they'll fucking find him. They'll find him. And I turned to head back in the direction where we just came. The direction where we last saw Glimmermere. And I'm just walking in that direction right now. And in my mind, I'm saying, Seraphiel, I need to find her. Help me find her.
Make
And I'm
me a
just walking
strength-based
forward.
religion check, please. So roll a strength check. And then if you are proficient in religion, add your proficiency bonus as well.
That is a 22.
You notice around you, you think you're heading back to that lake. And instead, a blizzard begins to blow around you. And you notice these icy walls appear around you, and an arched window appeared next to you. As you look out, you see yourself in a castle, shrouded in this perpetual blizzard. You see a corridor before you. As you reach out to Seraphiel, with a 22, you hear the sound of wings, and a golden light appears next to you. Gavin, all is not well, I sense.
No, it's the worst. It's the worst. It's all gone. Yeah, it's all gone bad. I'm trying to keep it together, and I'm trying to save. I'm trying to turn it back, and I know that's not fucking possible most of the time, Seraphiel. I know when you lose something, it's gone. I know that in my bones. But I want to turn it back. For my friend. And I need your help. I need you to help me turn it back.
They look down on you and see the raw emotion in your face right now. And they kneel down in front of you and place a hand on the head of the hammer. Find the balance, Kevin. Let's solve this together.
Yeah. I agree. I totally agree. I've been looking for it, and I have it every now and again, and I feel lighter. And laughter comes easier, and I seem to be going in the right direction. And I think I would have continued. But like, if you do something to my friends that like mortally wounds them, like, what do you expect from me, Seraphiel? Like, what do you expect? I am finding the balance right now by trying to do the right thing. I'm not violent. I'm not aggressive. I don't want to kill. I just want to turn this back.
In that moment, Seraphiel's light diminishes, and you see the corridor like shrink back, and Seraphiel just reaches, Kevin! Gone. As the corridor shrinks back. And you hear a familiar voice behind you. There's balance in all things, darling.
Callum! Callum! Is that fucking you?
Hello, Kevin.
Fuck's sake, we've been looking at you. Do you know how long? Well, I mean, we've been trying to look at you and been sidetracked and trying and sidetracked and trying, and finally we're here. And instead of finding you, you find me. You find us through me. Fuck's sake, dude. Do you know how weird that is? Oh.
You're in the Feywild, darling.
Oh,
There's
Callum,
nothing
I
normal
know.
here.
I know. I'm starting to understand. Look, can I just give you a hug first? Fuck's sake, dude, I haven't seen you. Part of me thought I didn't know. And I walked toward him and, tried to give him a hug.
And as you give him a hug, you do hug him, but rather than the warmth you expect to feel from another human being, you just feel this icy cold.
Dude, you're fucking freezing. come up closer here. And I kind of pull my clothing around to kind of get as much of me around him as possible. Tuck him in closer.
I'm fine, darling. You, on the other hand, wandering alone in the woods. Thank you for this.
Yeah, okay, real quick, 20 seconds. We're all here. It's just, I think the others are with Edgious, and we brought someone new with us, Takami. She's brilliant. You're gonna love her. We're all here, and I just need to. And I'm thinking to myself, could Callum help me right now with what I want to do, or do I want to send him in the direction that I just came from, hoping that he'll see our little camp and find the others? Callum, I have to go, and I'm wondering whether to tell him, because it sounds silly. First of all, Callum, let me ask. Yeah, big time. Fucking big time. Glimmermere mean anything to you?
Ah, yes. She's a fickle bitch.
Yeah. Do you know, did she stay somewhere, or is she around, or how does that work here?
And Glimmermere's trapped in the oracular dais. She's not here. You're here. Alone.
Yeah. Yeah, so talk me through that. What is the oracular dais, and how do we get there? I just need something.
It's on the lake. But to
Yeah,
get there
that's
from
okay.
here, you need to find the path.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so, and you know the path? Let's, little side quest here. It's gonna take us, I don't know how long, but not long, and then we're gonna go meet the others, and we get the fuck out of here.
I'm afraid, Kevin, I am a passenger in this leg of the journey. It's up to you.
Yeah, we're going. The path. Just tell me, are you coming with me? Because we could do two things. You could come with me, and I'd love you to, and we could chat along the way. And then I just need a moment. Or you can go and see the others. The others are literally right over there, just over there. We started setting up a camp, and they'll be there. They will be there.
As you turn around to point, you see nothing but these icy corridors. And this blizzard outside, through what windows you can see just perpetually blowing. Callum turns to you. I don't think we are where you think we are.
No. What's going on with
Maybe
directions and like places you?
And as you ask about directions, Callum just says, "It's the Feywild, darling."
That's a 12.
You look back to Callum, and there's a figure that looks like they step into a side room. That figure is youngish, teenage, black hair that sort of falls around their shoulders, and a rapier at their side.
Do I recognize this person?
You would recognize it as, or at least you think, it's AB3. Anthony Bretherington III.
Yeah. Yo! Fucking... Yo! AB3! And I start walking toward him. Is that you? That's fucking you! And I
Callum
Can I
follows along.
come up to him. Yeah, Callum, we know.
So you go into the room where Anthony, I should say, entered, and you see a hallway or a large room filled with ornate golden mirrors.
I start walking quickly towards him. I don't want to spook him by like sprinting toward him, but I walk close to as fast as I can to kind of close distance and see him, make sure it's him.
You see in every one of these mirrors Anthony Bretherington III.
What the fuck is going on? I turn around to see if I can see Callum.
Callum's leant against the doorway.
Callum, where the fuck are
Something
we?
wrong?
Yeah. There was this guy here and there and fucking everywhere. I knew him and he died, but he was. We had a moment, and he shouldn't be here because he was. What's going on? What the fuck is going on here? What
you
is
see
this?
in one of the mirrors, Anthony, his whole body just enveloped in flame, and a scream that just rings out.
I back up, dash back as far as I can, and
you feel a
Callum,
nasty
we gotta
hand
get the
on
fuck
your
out of here.
shoulder.
What the like?
Okay.
What we? No. Let's get out of here. This is fucking fucking with me right now. This is the Feywild fuck up right now. This is the Feywild fucking with you. I need to head down that path. So let's get the fuck out of here. Show me the path back to the lake. And I just need to have a moment. I'm just gonna have a moment, and then we can come back to. We got to go back to the camp, and we got to see the group. That's the plan. Are you gonna help me, Callum, or am I gonna drag you there? Are you gonna? Do I need to carry you because you're so cold? Like, tell me what we need to do here because we need to get the fuck out of here. This place is nuts.
I'll follow your lead, darling.
Okay, cool. And I start going back to where I just came, or at least where I thought I just came,
As you
and start heading in
around,
that direction.
You enter a large room filled with mirrors,
Oh, for fuck's sake!
with Anthony Bretherington III in each one, and you see about half of them. And a scream.
I go up to a mirror, and I put my hand out. What am I seeing in that mirror?
Roll me a d4, please.
A 3.
You see a non-burned version of Anthony Bretherington III, but as you approach, their hand goes to their rapier. I know you. Ah, yes, Cavan, the orphan boy.
Yeah. We fucking AB3, and I hold my hand out to like, kind of bro,
Anthony,
pull
if
him
you
in
will.
for a.
And as you put your hand out, you touch glass. Touch the mirror.
What's? Is this a fucking window? Like what? How? Or is that a room that you're in? What the fuck? What's happening here?
What are you on about? Honestly, orphans. Let me an insight check, please.
Why do you keep saying that? 12.
12. You look into this, and there's just something about the reflection or this image of AB3 which is off. Like, maybe a scar on the face where there never was one, or something like that.
I put my hand in the mirror and start, like, hitting it, tapping it. Like, what's going on here? Like, talk to me, AB3. Like...
Crack begins to form. What are you doing? Mirror shatters.
I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm trying to get out of here, and I'm seeing shit from my past that is wrong. It's not right. I saw him die.
As you say you saw him die, a number of these mirrors shout out, "You killed me!"
And I turn and I'm like, I didn't fucking kill him. I didn't kill you. What? Wait. And then I start thinking, actually, he came with me. He didn't know about any of this. He dragged me to his house. Did he feel obligated to come and help me? And then when he did...
As you ask that question out loud, make me another insight check, please.
Is 17.
17. A number of these mirrors shout out again, "It's your fault." There is one mirror that then speaks. "I was always coming with you, boy. You didn't kill me. Ignore these imposters. I walked into that room. I knew what was going to happen. And you did what you had to get the others out. I would do it all over again."
I'm sorry you lost everything. I'm sorry your family lost everything. I don't even know it was fucking worth it. It was a... I'm sorry, Anthony. I'm really sorry.
At this point, Anthony's just going to look at you and there's this sly grin. "Everything in balance, Calvin. One life for many."
For fuck's sake, stop it! And I turn and I'm like, Seraphiel, where the fuck are you? What is this, some sort of fucking test? I just want to find... It was great. Callum, I'm so happy Callum's here. And Anthony, fucking AB3, it's awesome that I get this moment with you. But like... This is too much. I need to head... Like, let's all just go to the lake. Let's all just go to the lake. Anthony, you want to go for just a fucking walk? And with me and Callum, we're going to the lake, and we're going to have a conversation, and we're going to find the others, and we're going to get out of here. That's the plan. Everyone in?
At this point,
and I look to Callum.
That individual that had spoken up, saying it wasn't your fault, all things in balance, steps through the mirror. All things in balance. But right now, you need to figure this out. These are all imposters. And each mirror... And I'm already dead. Snow takes AB3. Callum sort of looks at you. Not sure what that was all about. Should we move on?
I don't know, Callum. I'm just gonna fucking step somewhere else, and it's gonna show me some other shit that I'm involved in, and I don't fucking know, Callum. Look, let's try one more time. Alright? Callum, I need your fucking help here. I need you to help me. Okay, cool. Cool. Let's get out of here. Please. You know this place. I don't. Get me the fuck out of here.
Always probably a good idea.
Fine, let's go. And I start walking towards the doorway.
You step through the doorway back into that hallway. And as you step into that hallway, you just hear almost a pained whisper. Gavin! Help me.
Fuck. Do I recognize that as Mara's voice? Or someone else's?
100%.
Is that a voice and words that I've heard in the past? Is that from a past scene or encounter with
Sounds
Mara,
like it's
or
coming
not?
from further up the corridor.
Fuck. Hang on here, Callum. Just hang on a second. And I start running up the corridor.
Very good. You run up the corridor and then into a side room where you then just see this flickering dark flame. And the flame itself is getting smaller and smaller and smaller as a blizzard in this room. Shadows and icy winds batter it. And from that flame, Gavin, help.
I start running toward it. Can I see any? Is it like, is the voice coming from within the flame?
Yes.
I get close to it, and I say, Mara, what's happening? Mara, can you hear me?
As you step closer to the flame, it grows a little bit brighter. I say brighter, it is a dark flame. It grows a little bit larger. And there's tinges of purple to this. And the icy winds retreat a little bit before redoubling their efforts. Gavin, help me, please.
I'm fucking trying to, Mara. Where are you? What's going on? And I get closer to the flame, and is her voice coming from the flame still?
Yes.
I put my hand in the flame.
Very good. As you put your hand in the flame, rather than feeling heat, you feel cool metal.
And something that I can grab.
Mm-hmm.
I grab it. I pull it out.
You grab it and pull it out, and on your arm now is a shining silver tower shield.
I look at it and I say, what the fuck? And I yell, Mara, what the fuck? What Mara? Mara!
Gavin, help! The wind continues, and it's almost like there's now a concentrated gust directly towards you. What do you do?
I put the shield up just to kind of guard against the gust. And I turn around to see where Callum is. Callum, for fuck's sake, what is
Callum's
happening
not-
here? Is this...
Callum's
Where
no
are
longer
you?
there.
And I just yell, fuck!
Gavin!
Yes, Mara, I can't fucking figure this out! And I, come toward the voice again. And wherever the voice is, I'm gonna stand as close, to be as close to the voice as possible.
Thank you very much for the raid. Amazing stuff. So you get closer to this flame, this voice. Still with shield up?
Shield up, but with my head around it, trying to see if I can see her at all. But trying to guard against the brunt of this gust.
Are you shield towards the flame or to the wind?
The wind right now.
Cool. So you step back up towards this flame then, where you hear Mara's voice coming from it, and this gust of wind just batters against the shield. I need you to make me what I am calling a conviction check, but I want you to roll me a Constitution saving throw, please.
16 plus That's a 22.
As you shield this flame with a literal tower shield and your body, ice crystals begin to form around the very edge of this shield. But the voice behind you, Mara, is just there. Thank you, my love. Thank you. You are always so strong. And that flame glows brighter and brighter and brighter as you protect it. And eventually, the wind ends.
Mara? Mara, are you there?
You turn around and the flame is gone. The shield on your arm is gone.
Is Callum here?
Callum is at the doorway. You okay, Kevin?
No. No, I'm not okay, Callum. I'm the opposite of okay right now. If okay is here, I'm in the opposite of that direction right now. I am being fucked with, and I'm not sure what to do about it. I can't get out of here. I can't get out of the fucking mirrors and flames and winds of my past in my mind.
Kevin,
I just
think
have
for a
one
moment.
simple thing I want to do, and I'm not able to do it, Callum. And I keep being told to fucking... Like, I am trying to be balanced right now. Seraphiel, fucking Paragon. And I just start thrashing around. I'm fucking trying to be balanced right now. Stop fucking with me. Stop making it so fucking hard. Work with me. And I just kind of back up to the wall and slide down the wall and say...
Callum will approach you at this point and hold a hand out. Probably not the best moment for a crisis of conscience, self. Get up.
I look at Callum, and in the back of my head I say to myself, are they gonna trick me again? Is this gonna be another test, another fucking message, another fucking way for me to contemplate balance? Or do I just need to get up and move in the direction I need to move in? And I look at Callum and I say, yeah, you're fucking right, Callum. I can't afford this. And I hold myself up and get into a squat position and get up, and I say, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. What I meant to do was... Callum, Look, the reason I want to see Glimmermere and get something back...
I know why you want to see Glimmermere, Kevin.
Then you know how important that is. Yeah.
Whatever that is secondary right now. Don't you see? You have wandered beyond. You need to get yourself out. In that moment, you see somebody else walk past the doorway to this room. A young female dragonborn with a holy symbol around her neck.
Yeah. Remind me of her name. Is it...
That, yeah, you're asking me now. I'm pretty
I know-
sure. Give me just a second.
I yell out her name. What was it?
Malara.
Malara.
Just had to double
I
check.
yell out her name, and I say, Malara? Malara! And I start walking towards her.
Very good. You follow her out of the room, and as you exit the room, you see the corridor ahead, and there's another room directly ahead. But the door itself is like an icy door, but a representation of an iron-banded door.
And I start walking toward it, and I'm like, Malara, is that you? Malara! Malara, it's Cavin Buckland.
Help!
I run toward it.
Very good. You run towards the door, and in true Cavern style, put your shoulder into it, and it shatters in front of you, and you find yourself now in a small dungeon-like complex. You see ahead of you a small cell with 3 orphans in it. Malara, Gus, and Jack. And you see a number of priests patrolling around. What do you do?
This isn't real. We did this already. Malara, Gus. And I'm just like, at this point, whatever's nearest me, I'm gonna punch, like a wall or a door or a window or something, just to see if it's real. Because I'm starting to question reality right now. So I'm trying to prove that this is all in my head. What's the roll? D4, sorry.
D4.
That's a 1.
You punch into a wall and feel one of your knuckles just sort of pop. You take 1 point of bludgeoning damage. Feels pretty fucking real.
Alright, I walk closer toward them and I'm like, fucking Malara! Jack! What are you doing in here? We did this! We're
You have to get us
anymore.
out! Get us
We
out!
got you the fuck out! There's no way you're in here again! Is Gus in the same condition he was in when we left him?
As in, is he... So they are all just in this cell. They're not bound by anything. They are just trapped in this cell.
Alright, so I go in and I try to just open up the cell cage. As I'm saying, we did this already. We got you out already. Like, what's happening right now?
A number of those priests turn their attention to you now and begin to move towards you. And you just hear Malara go, oh no. Cavern, get us out.
And what's the mechanism to get them out?
What would you like to do? You
Was
can
it a
either
door?
try and sneak them out, you can go out with brute force.
So let's just try to get him out with as little disturbance as possible. So if that's sneaking him out, yeah.
So in that moment where you make the decision to sneak them out, you notice Callum just sort of from the doorway rubs his chin and smiles, and a number of corridors then appear. What are you doing with the lock? Okay.
As the corridors appear, and I've been questioning reality, I turn to Callum, and I say, Callum, don't fucking lie to me right now. With every bit of your being, tell me if I'm going nuts, if this is in my head, if this is real, if this is Feywild real, or if this is real. I need to know what the fuck is happening right now.
And to nick a line straight out of Harry Potter, of course it's happening in your head, darling. Why does that make it any less real?
And I turn back. And I step away from the bars. Because I know we did this. And I know my head is fucking with me right now.
Callum will
And I turn
walk
around.
along this corridor as the priests disappear. And that cell remains with these 3 orphans. Maybe this then. And you see a net full of rocks hung above the orphans. And you see Klein with his back turned to you. I cannot make the decision for you, Kevin.
Yeah, well,
Is the important one here.
this isn't fucking real. Who are you?
Make me an insight check, please.
$14.
14. Callum smiles at you. And as Callum smiles, snow roils around him. The cell disappears, Klein disappears, and standing in front of you is you. Hi.
What the fuck? Hi. And I like try to step into me and turn around, or like try to like figure out a way to like recompose, whatever it is, bring myself into myself.
As you do so, this individual tries to grapple you and put you in a rear naked choke. I need you to roll me 2 strength checks, please. The first one for me.
That's
Kinky.
So with my
No, so all your stats, strength check, but this one's for me.
Okay, so that was 16.
Now roll for you.
Oh wow, that was a 24.
So as this other version of you goes to grab you and put you in a rear naked choke, you sense it. And what do you do?
As he grabs me with a rear to put me in a rear naked choke, I kind of bend down and huck him over the top of me and kind of flip him over me, so that he lands on the ground on his back. The fuck is going on? Like,
What the fuck is going on, indeed? I knew you couldn't save those orphans. Always 2 steps behind. Couldn't show up, couldn't lead, couldn't do what you needed to do. No. Too weak.
I'm hearing that voice. And I'm feeling like that is the truth right now. We saved those orphans. I didn't
Save them. What about the countless others? Couldn't even stop your friends wandering off. Couldn't protect Edgious. Always too weak.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
Fuck me. Fuck
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. And I swing at him.
Very good. Make me an attack roll, please.
Hey, what?
Make me an attack roll. So that will be with your
Fucking hilarious.
with your hammer.
That's with my hammer. Jesus Christ, my gavel of equity. So that's 18.
18. Roll damage, please.
Good God.
This is taking internal conflict a bit too far, isn't it?
Look how happy Matt is. Look how happy Matt is. That's the fucked up shit, dude. Look how happy that motherfucker is.
5 points of damage.
5 points of damage. Very good. You
So I punch him across
see
the
this
face.
individual with the same
Stop
wounds
hitting
you
yourself.
have, looking exactly as you are, and you slam your gavel of equity into their face as they just spit blood. Feel better?
Yeah, I do, because you're look, here's the thing. I'm trying to work on myself, right? I'm trying to work on myself. That was
Who are you trying to convince?
like things are better.
Are they?
Yeah.
Where's Edgious,
Yeah.
Kevin?
I'm trying to fix that. If you get
Where's
out of the
Jewel?
way, I
Where's
Jewel
Lex?
is lost. They're probably. I can't take the blame for this. I'm trying to fucking fix this. I'm trying to keep it together. I'm trying to keep my balance. I'm trying not to fucking break shit. I'm trying not to injure
Are you?
myself and others. Yeah, I'm trying right now. You. I am
Prove it.
fucking trying. Stop. Just stop. Stop with the voices. And stop with the negativity. I'm fucking... Like... I can't believe you right now. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because if I do, that's it. Like, I will... I can't do this.
Who even are you?
I turn to see if I can see Callum.
Not there.
I'm like... I'm Kevin Buckland, and I'm having a mental breakdown right now. So if you want to fuck with me, go ahead and fuck with me.
Are you?
I'm trying to be a good friend, and I'm trying to be healthier, and I'm trying to find happiness, and I'm not doing so good with it right now, and I just need you to stop.
There's only one person who can make me stop, Kevin. I'm you. I'm what you'll become.
I
What
close
are
my
you?
eyes. Close my eyes. And I think of those moments when Lex had taught me about really centering myself in meditation. And I also think about just a few minutes ago sitting next to Takami and feeling her energy of just how she was balancing her frequency. And I close my eyes and I say, Paragon, I am trying to find balance right now. And I'm not sure if you're here to help me or not. But I don't have another choice. And I take a deep breath. And I feel myself sinking into my foundation a little bit more. And I open my eyes, but not to see if anything's there or not. Actually, my eyes are hooded a little bit, so I'm just looking down.
Mm-hmm.
And I get up, and I don't look in front of me, not because I'm fearful of what I'll see, but because it doesn't matter if there's anything there. And I turn around and I try to assess where I am and how to, not like urgently leave, but just how to methodically move out of this space.
You ignore this individual as you look around. They come right up close to your ear. Too weak to even face the thing you hate most.
My eyes are still lowered, but I hear it. And I turn to it and I see its body, Cavan's body. And I say, if you will let me, I don't know who needs this more. And I go close to him and give him a hug.
What are you doing? Get. As you envelop yourself in a hug, you find yourself stood with your arms wrapped around you. And you, within yourself, feel a grounding. An acceptance of what could be. And a potential future that you have the power to control. And in that moment, a warm golden light behind you, as again you hear this, and a hand on your shoulder. You feel yourself pulled back, and everything goes dark. That, my friend, is where we are going to take a short break. So yeah. Well done, Bodhi. Well done, Tom.
Well fun.
Feywild fuckery at its finest.
No shit. Fuck's sake.
Fuck.
Indeed. Let's let everybody get a drink. Everybody calm down. As I said, everybody who is tuned in and stays with us, you have a chance at earning some tickets. I'm going to get all of your names dumped into our little tracker, ready to announce and figure out who the winner is at the end of this very, very emotionally charged session. So take a moment for yourselves, have a drink, calm down. I appreciate this one's quite intense, but we will be back in a few minutes. Heyo.
Hello.
Hopefully everybody's had a moment to chill.
It didn't help.
Yeah. It didn't help. No, it didn't help me either, to be honest. I'm just as nervous as a lot of you, and I've written this shit.
Yeah, I tried my blood pressure machine and it blew up.
Everybody's going to need a cigarette and a whiskey after this one. Not that I smoke, but there we go. Very good. Dave,
Ah, fuck it.
Roll d4.
4.
Roll a d4.
Ooh. 4. As that golden glow diminishes from Cavern and darkness envelops him, Lex.
Oh. Here's my big face on screen for the next half an hour.
You wander through this wintry forest. What are you doing as you wander through?
So after hearing the agonising cry of Heron in my head from Edgious, and then as I was running into the forest, I kind of lose the signal, which suggests he's unconscious or he's dead or he's not on this plane anymore, which then stops me dead in my tracks, and then I try and shit, where am I? And then I'll start looking at my surroundings.
You try and shit.
Because I was just running aimlessly towards a noise or a voice without any really thought to what direction I was going in.
Make me a perception check then, please.
Well, good at them. 11.
11. You turn around and begin to hear a strange but familiar sound. The sound of shifting mechanics. And as you turn around, you see this surreal, shifting landscape of both mechanical but icy organic elements. Fluctuates between this clockwork precision and wild, uncontrollable growths of ice and crystal. You step forward. Go on.
I was going to say, is it moving towards me or not? But go on.
You step forward and you step onto this gear that looks like a giant snowflake as it turns. And you see these ice crystal nodes popping up here, and as they pop up, I need you to roll me a D100, please.
Oh, fucking hell, I wasn't ready for that. 47.
47. Let me sort my shit out. Okay. As one of those nodes pops up, out of it, snow sort of blossoms, and stepping onto the gear is this ice unicorn that appears, and it just looks at you.
Have I ever seen a unicorn before?
Have you ever seen a unicorn before?
Nah, of course I haven't.
Because you've not in campaign. You would have heard of unicorns before. They're fairly common fairy tales and stuff like that. Fairy tales.
That's a weird looking rhino. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Rush Hour reference. Really appreciate that one, mate. As this unicorn looks at you, you hear a familiar voice that comes out of it. Of course I do, darling. And then the unicorn shatters. Again, this gear shifts and another node appears.
Callum, was that you?
What are you doing?
God, I think I'm losing my mind. Callum, and I'll knock on the thing that's just shot up out of the ground.
Roll me a D100, please.
Oh, God. Ooh, 91.
91. Very good. Carry on.
Am I frozen? Is this what happens when you're frozen? Are we trapped in the same metal prison? God.
You still knocking on this node?
Yep.
It explodes. I need you to roll me 6d10, please.
Fucking hell, I'm dead. 6d10. Hang on, I've got to find them all now. Why are they so hard to see when I'm looking for them? Please hold, caller. I need one more and I can't see it. There we go.
I've won twice.
Oh, God. Oh. 10, 20, 26, 28, 35, 37.
37. You take 37 points of damage.
Of course.
Force damage.
Fucking hell. Oh, 17 out of 92. I'm pretty fucked up now. So as it explodes, it kind of gut punches me, and then I cough up some spittle and some bile and some blood.
In that moment, make me an Arcana check, please.
14.
14. As it explodes and sort of that force hits you, you feel a familiar chaos bursting out of that node. Chaos you once sought to control.
Oh, God.
As you take damage, your brain, or in your mind, you have a flashback, and it's only a momentary thing, but the memory itself plays out within that moment. And you feel that familiar pain in the back of your neck as you look out in a temple and see your family scrabbling towards you, and you zoom in on the face of your brother, eyes wide, skin pale with shock. And then you snap back as another node grows up out of this gear.
And as I snap back, I'm holding that metal plate at the back of my head that was there from when I was stabbed in the origin story. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch it. So I'm holding onto the metal plate, like, no, it's behind me. It's gone. It's not real. I'm different now. This is not who I am. And then I'll look at the node, and as it's chaos magic, I'm going to hit it with logic magic. I'm going to cast a barrage of gears at it. If I can have some of that, you can.
Very good.
It's a dexterity saving throw from an icicle, so I'm assuming it's going to be very bad at that.
I'm going to do this a different way. Make me an Arcana check with advantage, please.
No. Oh, with advantage, okay. Oh. Fucking hell.
Hey, there's the token dice on the floor.
I got a dirty 20 as my best one.
Dirty 20. You cast gear barrage at this thing, and there's a struggle within yourself to cast this spell, but eventually the snowflake-like gears fly towards the node. Roll the damage for that spell, please.
3d8. Ooh, 11.
You notice the node itself gets chipped away and sort of shrinks down. It's not totally gone, but it shrinks down, and the gear shifts again. And in that moment, another memory. A young Lex. Playing in the deserts and in the jungles. As his brother watches over him a young Lex getting into trouble and his brother taking the brunt of it, telling the UNT of a higher caste, it wasn't him, it was me, just leave him be, being whipped. And as he's whipped, looking at you and just smiling, as if to say, I've got you. And a young Lex feeling that first stir of chaos. There's another node grows out of this snowflake-like gear. What are you doing?
So that memory sort of fills Lex with a guilt, because all he remembers of his brother is him getting hurt, taking the blame, doing everything for me to protect me, but I never did anything to protect him. All I did was worry about my own chaos and not the chaos I brought on him. So I'm kind of wallowing in that, and I don't really notice the icicle or the node for a start. And then I'll just look at it.
While you wallow in the memory then.
Yeah.
While you wallow in that memory, there is then a familiar voice. Was logic the right way to go, darling? You see Callum just leaning on that node you've just diminished.
Now I know this isn't real. You're trapped. Unless I'm trapped with you. Are we trapped together?
You're lost in the Feywild, darling.
I'll take that as a yes. And I'll go to touch him as if he's like a mirage, just to make sure he's real, and I can touch him.
You connect with skin. You feel icy cold, where you would feel warmth. Do you mind not palming me in the face, darling?
You look like him. You sound like him, but you're not him.
How am I not him? Who's him? Me?
Callum, where's your dad?
Probably somewhere like this, trapped, I imagine.
When we first met, what was the first thing I said to you?
That's a test of the DM, let alone Callum.
I'm not even sure I know, to be honest, Matt. I'm just fucking chucking it out there.
Callum's going to look at you. Hello, I think. We're in that weird little chamber in Morse Tacey.
So you have the memories of Callum. Are you just a physical representation of my memory of him?
Looks down at himself like, it's me, darling, I'm here.
Then, what am I supposed to do? Why are we here? How do we get out?
I just asked the question, are you sure logic was the right way to go?
Well, that's not an easy question to answer. It was... And then I'll touch that plate on the back of my neck again. And I'll be like, it was the only option I had. It was the only thing to survive and get back and protect everyone else.
Is that entirely accurate, darling?
I think it is. I've been led to believe it is.
A node appears. Roll me D100.
30.
You immediately, involuntarily take a step forward. And as you step forward, you step to this node, and the sound of thunder sounds out as you then step 30 feet ahead of you and appear elsewhere on this snowflake-like gear. And where you stepped into that node, thunderous energy just... and the node itself shatters and is gone. Callum's just going to sort of, from where he then stands next to you... A little more chaotic, but certainly more effective.
I didn't do that.
You do not? Well, I didn't.
Well, I didn't. I didn't do it on purpose. Oh, it's not happening again, is it? And then I'll check to see if I can feel the chaos surge in me or not.
Make me an Arcana check, please.
Natural 20 or 24. Come on.
You do indeed feel chaos brimming below the surface. You're 100% sure that wasn't you, Lex?
On reflection, it might have been me. But
Interesting.
I can't let it out. It'll hurt too many people.
Will it?
It has before.
Has it?
You weren't there. You don't know. They discovered who I am and tried to... And then I'll have the flashback of me about to be sacrificed. They figured out who I am. They tried to sacrifice me for it.
Still not hearing anybody at fault here. Or at least you certainly weren't at fault.
They're all dead now. How is it not my fault? I just wanted to be at the front like a selfish little rat.
Did you see them all die?
And then I'll do some maths in my head. My mum and dad will be quite elderly now, thinking about it. But then I get the flashback of when we was, wherever we was on our travels, somebody mentioned something about a UNT ranger who helped them. And then a glimmer of hope, kind of a glint in my eye. Well, maybe my brother might still be alive. I mean, but that's just a pipe dream. Oh, fucking hell. 74.
You watch as Callum sort of looks at you and then collapses to the floor, asleep. Roll me a d4.
4. I've never used this many different dice.
Period of about 24 seconds, if you like, passes before Callum's eyes flicker open. Sorry, darling, I think I dropped off there. Were you saying something?
I was kind of at a pivotal moment in emotionally opening up to you then, and what
Were you?
was... Hang on. I potentially had a moment, and you waned for a moment. Do you think that's connected?
I don't know. You tell me.
You've been here longer than I am. Why didn't you know anything?
This is very much your show, darling. And with that, the gear begins to spin and spin and spin, and eventually slows down. You find yourself in a central chamber of sorts now, as you realise this gear has been slowly winding down and down. This central icy pillar, if you like. Chaotic energy begins to fizzle everywhere. You see a number of icy mechanical structures around you. Callum just looks at you. Well, as I said, it's your show, darling. Any fucking idea whatsoever?
If this is my show, then I control the gear?
I don't know.
And then I'll try and concentrate to spin the gear back up to the top.
Okay. Nothing happens.
Fuck.
You can see this chaotic energy building and building and building.
And as it's building, the pain in the back of my neck is getting more and more intense. And it's almost like that metal plate is getting hot. I'm like, fuck. What? I don't know what to do. I'm at a loss.
Make me an investigation check, please.
4. Fucking hell.
Chaos resides in your brain, and you begin to spiral. Roll me a D100.
57.
You place your hand down onto one of these, what you thought was mechanical pieces of apparatus, and fire shoots out of your hand and envelops it. And as it envelops it, you see a light turn on a wall behind you, and that chaotic energy diminishes slightly.
Hang on. Think about this logically. Chaos is building. It came out of you a little bit, and the light turned on. What? And the only person who has ever given me advice when I had chaotic surges before was my brother, because nobody else has seen them or really experienced them or known what they were. So I'll think of my brother Silas from when we were a kid, and he would say to me, "You got this, brother. Just be who you are. Don't worry about it. You know exactly what you need to do. I got your back." And then I'll kind of put a finger on my head to try and focus, and I'll be like, "I am anger. I am peace. I am impatient. I am patient. I am order. No, I'm not. I'm none of these things." And then I'll kind of burst like a Super Saiyan and just go, "I am chaos," and just fucking let it all out.
Roll me 2 D100s, please.
Oh, fucking hell.
Lex jizz
31.
everywhere.
31.
31.
And a 66.
In that moment, I'm going to take your
solved it.
66 first, as you scream out words. But as you scream out the words, if you were to choose lightning, thunder, poison, fire, or ice, what would you pick in this moment?
As we are stuck in an icy cave, thunder seemed to work before, so I'll go thunder.
thunder. Thunderous energy just shoots out of your mouth like dragon's breath. And it catches another of these mechanisms, and that cracks and another light goes on, and the chaotic energy diminishes, and then that first roll that you made kicks into gear, and your body just sort of reels from that explosion of energy, and everything goes dark. Around you, you see darkness, which is then lit up by pinpricks of light. Stars begin to form. You look down and you see a silver cord that extends from your belly button and then just fades into darkness. Make me a perception check, please.
Or natural one.
You panic. You don't look around you in this moment. You sort of grab that thread and try pulling it. And you just find yourself floating in this inky blackness of stars. What do you want to do?
So all around, in my head, does it look like what I would imagine the astral plane to look like, or is it literally just a night sky and I seem to just be floating in it in zero gravity?
You've read your book a few times over. You've spoken to Jewel. You deduce this is the astral plane.
Now, have they opened a portal? Am I on a... Oh, am I in the in-between? And I'll try and connect to Jewel or Cavern, see if I can sense them, because I can if they're on the same plane of existence.
You don't sense Cavern. Jewel is a different story. There's something there. Not a full connection as you would expect, but something. And then a booming voice. You should not be here. Energy. And you stumble out onto that gear again. Callum stood where the node has exploded as you caught it with that thunderous dragon's breath and just sort of looks at you. Well, that's 2 down.
And so there's only 1 node left.
2.
So, what I would like to do then is, you know how I usually twin a spell and do my chromatic orbs at 2 targets? What I'm going to do is, they're not going to be chromatic orbs. They're going to be, if I channel what I used to be, they're going to be 2 chaos bolts.
Very good.
Sick.
Frantically pulls up the spell in a different tab.
I'm going to say roll to hit once. And this will determine both of them.
Ooh, 15.
15. In this moment, Lex, you see Callum stood in this node just smile. As you make a logical decision to enter into chaos. These 2 chaotic bolts of energy streak out from you. Roll damage, please.
So I've got to pick the damage type first by rolling a d8. And it's I rolled an 8, so it actually is thunder. That's good.
Nice.
And then it's it'll be 3d8 damage. Ooh, 11.
11. These two chaos bolts then, that as they streak out and shift in colour, eventually turn into what? If they're thunderous energy, you tell me.
It will. So they will start off. What I'd like to think of with it being a chaos bolt, it can't decide until it gets there. So it starts off as like a poison spray that then turns into a flamethrower, which then turns into a crackle of lightning, which then turns into an icicle dagger, and then just before it hits them, it just explodes into thunderous energy.
Nice. So it explodes into thunderous energy, and you feel almost a physical connection to these two mechanisms as gears inside begin to spin or rotate really quickly. What are you doing?
Thinking I've just done something I'm supposed to, I'm just going to let the spinning gears play out, because I think in my head I've solved it and we're going to go back up. Or
these two gears inside these mechanisms get faster and faster and faster. Nothing else happens.
That was not what I thought was going to happen. Is there any other mechanisms that I can see that aren't spinning?
So you can now see these two mechanisms are probably right next to each other, where the ones you hit with chaotic energy are destroyed either side of them now, and there's two lights on in the back. As this chaotic energy just is now somewhat controlled, but is threatening to expand again. As you look down at these two mechanisms, it is icy clockwork, but it's almost like a gear has come loose and is just constantly spinning now. In each one.
I'll get my Tinker Tools out and fix it.
Very good. Make me a Tinker Tools check, which for the sake of you, I'm going to ask you for an straight intelligence check, plus your proficiency bonus, please.
Dirty 20.
You pop open the first of these mechanisms and begin to tinker with it, reattach what is like an icy vine, which becomes a cable of sorts, or a belt which connects this icy gear to the next one, and as you do so it stops spinning and the mechanism itself begins to tick, and you watch as part of the chaotic energy just with each tick shrinks down and a light goes on. You turn to the second, do exactly the same, and eventually that chaotic energy collapses into a singularity, which then flies towards you, loops itself around your head, and you feel a sharp pain at the back of your neck, and everything goes dark. The last thing you hear is Callum's voice. Logical chaos. Who'd have thought? Darkness takes over you. Jewel.
Thank God my turn's over.
Wander. You wander the forest. What are you doing in this moment?
Jewel went out there to follow the tracks of Edgious, so is looking for his footprints and is trying to follow them.
Very good. Make me a survival check, please.
18.
18. You spot a footprint in the snow in front of you, and then more, You begin to follow them, and follow them, and follow them. There is a moment where you take a step forward, just solely concentrating on these footsteps, and you almost fall. Make me a dexterity saving throw, please.
What? Dex saving throw. That's not great. 16.
16. You stumble but catch one of these icy trees behind you. And as you look out, you see an icy version of a very familiar quarry.
Whoa! What in the hell? I look back immediately behind me to almost expect to see my village.
You look back and the trees, although icy and snowy, feel familiar. You see a figure approaching you through the forest.
What in the hell? Damn it, this stupid forest. Be calm, Jules, this is not your village. Does the figure look familiar?
Make me a perception check, please.
Come on, don't do shit at that. Thank you, 25.
25. It does seem familiar. And as that familiarity hits, fear spikes in you. As what you thought was a humanoid figure turns into a tall, dark blue shadow that looms over you. And then falls and descends down into the quarry.
Jewel had taken like a half step back, and her foot had actually like caught the edge of the the cliff edge at that point as it flew over, and she spins around to look where it went.
And as you spin round to look, I'll say, because you've stepped back, your foot does slip and you turn, and then there's a hand on your shoulder. Careful, darling.
Callum? Turned around to see.
You turn around to see, and where you've heard Callum's voice, instead you see Katrana Raylith. Hello, Jules.
What? No. No, I lost you here. How can you be here?
To that.
Yes.
She points down to where the shadow waits in the quarry.
That is not you. You are here now.
You lost me to that. I fell because of that.
Yes, I did. I did. Oh, I've missed you so. How could you be here?
Have you really missed me, Jewel? Or are you still running?
I'm doing both. I'm so very sad to have lost you, and I know I can't really... I haven't been able to... I'm sorry. I wish I could have saved you.
Are you really?
Yes, how could you say that?
Make me the dexterity saving throw, please.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. There's a moment as you stumble and you do fall back, where you then start scrabbling at the rock, the ice, to try and catch yourself in this quarry, and eventually you grab hold of this icy branch that sticks out. And then eventually you feel hands wrap around your waist and sort of slowly bring you down. Easy does it, darling. Let's be careful.
I spin round. What is going on?
Where you expect to see a certain individual, instead you see a small tabaxi child. Help me. Help me. It's going to get me. It's going to get me.
What does the tabaxi child look like? Does it look like
Probably
a younger
just
version
like
of me?
a generic tabaxi child from your village. Nobody of any particular note.
Sure. Quick, come with me. We'll grab the hand of the tabaxi kid and we'll start running off in a direction. Again, if I'm still
Good.
like, I don't know where I am, so the most sensible direction to what Jewel can see.
Okay, I'll say you spot sort of this path that seems to weave back up this icy quarry towards the ledge,
Yeah.
or at least up to that area where you were pushed from. And you run with this tabaxi child's hand in your hand, and run and run and run. Make me a strength saving throw, please.
That can only go well. That's a 9.
A 9. There is a moment where you feel this little hand in yours lift up, and you turn as it just goes, no! And you see it pulled and enveloped by this inky blue shadow. As that shadow settles down in front of you.
With the fact that this is a eerie replica of Jules' village, of these tricks that have been played on her, people keep disappearing and changing, and she's now been attacked by her dead best friend. Can she now, with quite impressive perception and investigation skills, start to now look critically at this place and see if it's a mirage or if this is really here?
Make me an investigation check, please.
28.
You look around. In your mind, you remember that the Feywild itself is a mirror of the material plane. A shift to the right or left, if you like, just out of phase. Generally, there are features which mirror the world you call home. So in this moment, even with such a high investigation, you still can't be 100% sure that this is not real. It feels real. Everything you've touched has been tangible. You can grab hold of it. The cold still feels real. You see a forest up above the top of this ledge that, even though similar to those woods around Stonebark Village, could still be the Feywild. But you at least remember the education you were given by Lex and from reading those books around the Feywild. It is designed to fuck with you.
Enough with the mind games. I'm going to get myself out of here. So what do I have to do?
Really?
Where did that come from? In front of me or behind me?
Behind you.
She'll spin round to see where that voice came from.
You spin round and you see Callum this time. For the first time, but this one... not the version of Callum you're expecting. His face, half of it is scarred, almost as if burned, but it's that frostbite type burn, the blackened skin. One of those pink eyes is now just white, half of his hair is missing, and just ice white skin. Still that pointed ear on the other side. Single pink eye. It is horrifying to look at Callum in this way.
Callum, is that you? Did you escape?
I think it's me.
What happened to you? You're scarred.
Am I? Oh, yes. So I am. Looks at his arm, which is blackened skin.
How do you not know? How did you escape? What happened? Where are we?
I don't remember escaping. Perhaps you should turn around.
Jewel immediately spins around, then remembering that blue shadow's there.
And as you turn around, you see the shadow reaching for you, and as its finger touches you, the shadowy form collects into almost pure darkness, but pin-pricked with starlight. And you look into a shape that is yourself.
As I do, Jewel's eyes mirror that dark, starry night. And there is a whisper from an extra-dimensional plane as the astral whisper is activated inside Jewel.
I think this is the first time we have activated this, if I remember rightly.
Yes, it is.
Describe to our friends what your astral whisper does, then. At least the first manifestation of this, then.
As far as I can see, there are a variety of things that Jewel can draw upon with this. As it ignites, there is this almost pulse of extra-dimensional energy where you kind of see the astral plane, but it's kind of like it's overlaid with this world. There is no split, no tear, it just appears intermingled. Jewel now has the ability to be able to move, and she basically skips to the astral plane for a short period for her to be able to move. She can also hear the whispers of the thoughts of any one creature that is in front of it, in front of Jewel, and also she's now bloody difficult to hit initially.
So as that veil of thoughts takes hold, you hear a number of whispers in your head. You let her die. Your fault. Your sister you left alone. Could not even rescue one artifact without being double-crossed. You are a failure, falling for illusion and trickery. And you stare into an inky version of yourself as these thoughts cross your mind. Make me a perception check, please.
Oh, that was shite. 12.
12. As that astral veil, if you like, appears around you, allowing you to see into it because you can step into it at any moment, there is a flash at one point of this yellowish light and a fumbling around of something that then just disappears again.
Can I... Yeah, I will burst into the astral shift and move to where I saw that.
So that would be in the astral plane itself. You saw that. You go to that space and sort of bamf there briefly. And you hear the resounding echoes of a voice. You should not be here. Be here, be here, be here. And then you appear back in that quarry as the astral shift is a momentarily
Momentarily,
sort of
I would be
jump from one to the other.
15 feet away from where I was before. Is the dark shadow jewel still miraculously in front of me?
No. You have stepped 15 feet away and that dark shadow sort of looks around for you.
Hood up,
What do you
straight
do
away.
at this moment?
I go behind this dark version of me.
Your veil of thought still active. You're still a failure. You can hide, but you cannot run from it. And you stalk up to this shadow. What do you do?
Stalk up and I'll put the blade to the shadow's neck in front. I am not so much of a failure. These mind tricks will not work on me anymore.
What do you do?
I'll slice across the neck.
As you slice, shadow dissipates. And you see in front of you Callum again. Twisted. Malevolent almost. Well done, Jewel. Well done. Quicker, as always, than the others. You start to see above you a clear, starlit sky. You find a resolve in your actions and in what you've done, facing those horrors from your past, but now a new horror presents itself in front of you. What do you do?
Actually look at this Callum. Who are you and why are you portraying Callum? The Callum I know would not speak to me like this.
Speak to you like what, darling? Am I not speaking to you in exactly the way I've always spoken to you?
Oh, it is a good ruse. But the Callum I know would be trying to help me more than you have tried.
Is that so?
Oh, yes.
Are you absolutely certain that Callum is who Callum says I am?
Oh, yes. It is a good trick. And it works very well here.
Me an insight check, please.
I mean, you're welcome to also do a insight check on me on that one, whether I believe myself. However, fucking natural 20 while I was chatting away there. Fucking hell. 4, sorry, a 26.
So with your natural 20, you are right. There is something different about Callum. They, in this moment, are too wrapped up in their own nonsense to pay too much attention to how you're feeling. But they do stand there. You were definitely quicker than the rest. Quicker to action. Quicker to figure out what's going on in this particular domain.
I launch my dagger at him.
And in that moment, darkness. Edgious, you feel something shaking you to wake up as you return to a single hit point. Get up! Get up, asshole! You're muted.
Excuse me, sorry, I was choking on some Callum-based bullshit. What's up, Takami?
At some point, you fuckers are gonna have to explain to me who Callum is. I don't know what happened, but we're here. And she holds your head up and you see the ice castle in front of you.
Wait. He turns back around. That means I ran the wrong way. Fuck. Look, Takami.
She holds a finger up. Now is not the time. Let's just find everybody else and get the fuck
There's
out of
never
here.
a good time. There's never a good time. Listen, just 1 minute.
What?
I am sorry. I have feelings for you. And I didn't want to not kiss you, but I had to choose not to kiss you because it wasn't the right moment, and when we should have kissed the first time should have been on the top of a mountain, but instead we're here in a forest, and that wasn't right. And you're cool, like super cool, like you make me not want to wear leather and wear weird sandals with socks in them and shit. Like, look, all I'm saying is I want to be more for like everyone, and like I fucked up, but I'm like I'm gonna try and find a way back to be better.
She leg sweeps you. Leaves you flat in the snow and the ice.
Yeah, I deserve that.
Looks down
I super
at you.
deserve that.
We're gonna talk when we get back. Now get the fuck up. Buck your ideas up. We've got shit to do.
That was just for shits and giggles. I thought there was gonna be like a cute meaning behind the leg sweep, but it was just a that's okay.
And at this point,
and
she
Edgious
reaches
will
into
stand
her
back up.
bag and pulls out something. You better be worth this. And she's gonna give you a potion of superior healing.
Edgious is gonna bat it away and go, "No, you forget." And he stands up facing the castle and goes, "I'm a sick ass sorcerer and shit." And he's gonna try and cast Cure Wounds on himself.
Go for it. I will need you to make me an Arcana check. In fact, no, make me a Charisma saving throw, but at disadvantage, please.
Disadvantage, wonderful. Okay. That's actually not. Oh, that's actually not bad at all. That's a 26. Dirty.
Nice. In this moment, then, your crisis starts to abate. The Edgious you remember as that cool, aloof, does not shut the fuck up individual begins to play out a little bit, but with new purpose. And you manage to just tap into your spellcasting ability and cast Cure Wounds on yourself.
Hell yeah, awesome. And then I'm gonna put my finger to my temple and go and try and tap into the Star Touch crystal energy and see if I can sense any of the other jabronis and where they might be. And be like, Takami, I think I saw like the others like run into the forest. One second, I'm gonna try do something.
We all ran into the fucking forest after you. Anyway.
Well, that's not. It's a good point. My bad. Look, I'm just gonna try and focus. Give me a second. One of my old teachers taught me how to do this. Professor X helped me, and he's gonna try and channel the Star Touch crystal.
Oh, for fuck's sake. In that moment, then you channel into the Star Touch crystal, and it's like these 3 tendrils of thought extend out, and you connect with not 1, but 2, but 3. Kevin, your eyes flash open, and you see a golden hand on your shoulder that just pats you. Time to go to work. Oh, no, wrong voice. Time to go to work, Kevin. I'm always with you. You sense Edgious almost calling you with that emotional thought to your left, maybe about 50 feet off. Lex, you feel a tendril of thought connect with you, and it feels like that sharp pain at the back of your neck that you grip and just sort of eyes flash. Both of you, all 3 of you, stand and look at this crystal castle. And Dave, if we can bring everybody back. As 3 individuals come together, 4 individuals if you include Takami, you all greet each other and step up to this crystal castle where a double door swings open. Jewel, your eyes flash open. You find yourself on your knees and you look up to an individual made of pure ice, glowing blue. This long, flowing cape of snowy vines, if you like, that's behind them, and these icy antlers. Well, well, well. Have you had fun in the Feywild, have we? Fucked around with some oracles? Welcome to the Frost Vale. And that, my friends, is where we are going to close episode 66.
So does that mean we all woke up together apart from Jewel, who is...
Jewel figured it out, and so was immediately with whoever this is.
It's the fucking leprechaun Fey Lord of Winter. Holy shit.
So yes, we are going to close our episode there for tonight, and we will pick this particular encounter up next week. But before we do that, we have the simple task of doing a giveaway. So I need to figure out a few things in the background, so I'm going to leave it to my cast now to fill some air and discuss all of that shit that happened while I go and sort this out in the background.
That was insane, guys, watching like yours and, you know, the trek that you all guys had to go through was absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
Well done.
I couldn't cope with the emotional trauma of the first 2, and I couldn't do a third emotional one. I had to kind of take it in a different direction, I think.
I think everyone's suited very well.
Yeah.
I was hoping, right, You know when I did the I am Chaos Super Saiyan burst, I was hoping I'd smash the whole illusion to pieces and would always be back in the woods. And in my head, I thought I fucking solved
I mean, it also has the chance that you do that and you arrive back and you have just obliterated the party. You
just
basically
killed everyone.
nuked and didn't realise that we were standing right there.
Yeah, none of us actually left, but it was all just in our mind, and we just fucking killed each other back.
We're still on the fire, yeah.
What's wild is we all, like, Edgious went into this needing, to be sorted out a little bit. And it turns out fucking everybody needed a little bit of that. Jesus Christ.
We did indeed.
As Danny said in our group chat while we're playing, more baggage than a Delta flight. Jesus Christ. Fucking well put, Danny.
I have now got to figure out, after Callum's little tidbit of logical chaos was the way to go, how the fuck do I do that? It doesn't make sense. I can't fathom how to do logical chaos in my head. Matt's going to have to homebrew me in my own class.
Yeah, Matt.
We're gonna figure that one out.
Danny, I think you're just logical chaos as a person anyway, so,
Yes, but Lex is
Lean into it.
So I'm just back to being me. Brilliant.
Amazing
I'll turn
stuff.
every character into me eventually by the time we finish.
Don't we all?
It's true. It's true.
I honestly thought Cavan had solved it when he embraced himself, because his self-loathing is the thing he had to overcome. He embraced himself, and I thought he's nailed it. Apparently that kind of wasn't it.
Wasn't so, was it? No, well done.
We'll maybe discuss some of that stuff in just a second while I figure this out. So keep going, because it's all.
And I did guess the memory you lost, wasn't it? It was your son. Your son's face.
What? What are you talking? What?
Nailed it.
Yeah, to all those viewers, there are two people who don't know, and it's us two.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
I genuinely don't know what you're talking about. I know that Edgious is very busy right now with emotions and drive to support a team of people who supported him.
I do not need an inside check. I know exactly what's going on.
I shall forego my inside check, actually.
I do have to say,
I just want to point out, you've got how many hit points? I've got 17 hit points, and we're now going to face the Lord of Winter.
Oh, dude.
And there's no way in hell.
I've got
I couldn't even
25.
survive
I'm not
my
doing
own
great either.
mind.
I'm back
You're doing
up
right,
to.
Joel.
I'm back up to 12.
ooh, yeah. Let's look, guys. Let's be serious. As much as I know that we've said that we want to team up and fight well, let's not try that on the Lord of Winter. All right, so just gonna put it out there that probably not the best idea, because I think we need to be level 20 plus to give that a shout.
I reckon we challenge him to a game of Boggle and call it a day.
It is definitely interesting, like, what plans you had, and I think as much as you guys may have the opportunity to have a chat as to what you're going to do, I don't think Jules going to be able to do that without, it being basically in front of them as to what we're going to do. But we've got now.
You've got a filibuster for us. 8 hours. We need a long rest. 8 hours filibuster.
Been talking for 8 hours.
See if Jewel can imitate Edgious and talk the fucking ear off this frozen dude.
It would be incredible if we come in and we're like, everyone's like fucking weapons out, like Lex is, fucking chaos bolt in hand, we all charge in and Jewel is sat like having a whiskey, chilling out with and
blue
like,
flame in the hearth, and we're just sitting there, with ice and whiskey. He's like, oh, hi guys.
Yeah.
Actually,
I've already got Callum. He's waiting for us on the other end.
Yeah.
He's in the green room.
Realistically, though, do you think we're going to get Callum?
I think we're going to get Callum as long as we do, and we are going to have to do exactly what we know we shouldn't, and that is make a deal, and that deal is that we do give him a portal. Right, it's what we said we were going to anyway, but we also now know that deals are a bad idea, and bargains and all those types of things. So,
and also we've learned that the Fae don't play by the rules. So why should we play by the rules? I think we can make a deal and then fuck them over post deal being struck. I think they'll respect it.
Here's a real interesting one, and very similar to what you've just said there, Bodhi. I think we have to play by the rules of the Fae. So not break the rules, but play by the rules of the Fae, which is going to be a bit of wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey stuff, where it's that type of thing where we go, oh yeah, we'll give you this when we're done. Do you know what I mean? That type of thing, and with the full intention that we're never done. Do you know what I mean? So something along those lines of something, the fine print
we need to
is where we help.
There's a sub clause.
Yeah, exactly.
Like when you, like the dodgy genies where you grant them 3 wishes, but there's a consequence. Or the film Bedazzled. Every time he wishes for something, there's a consequence.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's how shit's done in the Fae, though, and like everyone's trying to do that in the Fae, have that little loophole, and so like, how do deals get made in the Fae if everyone's fucking each other and breaking like agreements the whole time?
Well,
like,
maybe we could play him in.
Tom, have you ever heard of this place called like Wall Street? It's kind of a place where people do that quite a lot.
But we could try and play him and Glimmermere off against each other and say she said some shit about him.
Oh my god.
That's true.
Try and cause some beef.
She was talking smack about you.
Do you know what? We could also say that we will, like, as a final act for all of our lives, like in X amount of years down the line, we all come together and I like the idea that the last episode of the epilogue is Matt describing all of us coming together, opening the portal to the Feywild, and all of us dying there, and then that's a problem for next campaign's characters. Because we've all lived our lives, and fuck it, who cares about our deal to the Feywild at that point?
40 years have passed by the time that we actually then just, have died tomorrow in the Feywild.
Yeah. Exactly. That would be fucking hilarious. I'm actually keeping.
I mean, that would be brilliant. That would be one of those just fantastic stories of, the whole village is like, go save us, and then they never hear from them again.
Yeah, because when we get back, it might have been 50 years. Yeah, we might have been gone for a century when we get back.
Oh shit! I didn't think about that. Oh, no.
The point is, it's because I never brought it up because our characters would never know. The last time we popped in and popped out, it was to this place, but it was also extremely brief, and because of the lord of the land, therefore could probably pull some strings. We came in ourselves, and therefore we have our own consequences.
Yeah.
We might get back when the campaign's finished, because Klein's done it all and the world's a shit show.
Literally all of the portals have been corrupted and they are permanently set to hacked forever. Yeah.
Well, I think hey, shit, then we've got to be sneaky assassins as we travel across the world and kill off like major members of this group until we it's like killing Hitler. Oh my god. Does this campaign just become us killing Hitler basically? Fucking love that idea.
Don't fuck up the briefcase bomb, will you?
You were talking about the enemy of my enemy is my friend, right?
Yeah.
What has Klein and VS tried to do is corrupt portals to ones they wanted. If we tell him this guy's going around corrupting Fey portals, Lord of Winter's going to be pissed off.
Well, one, we already have, but two, we need to double up on that. We absolutely need to double up on that and say, guys, we're literally trying to resolve this so that you can have your portal. We can give you a portal now, but it may get corrupted again. Seriously, just give us Callum, and we want to resolve.
His dad can help us defeat.
And we want to resolve this. Yeah, no. See, honestly, I think we've got to, like I said last week, we've got to go in with honesty.
And the deal is, you give us Callum and his dad, and we'll destroy the person who's trying to destroy the Fey portals and the Fey Wild. Because we can lie and say it's the Feywild as well, because it eventually will be.
It'll be everyone, yeah. Every
and that's the deal we make.
Yeah.
He gives us them and we save him, essentially.
Or
save his
So going
realm.
with honesty, And then the very next sentence is, and yeah, and we can lie and just fucking.
Well, I suppose they'll be stretching the truth, because if they're corrupting the portals, they'll be drawing the power from the Feywild, I suppose.
Yeah.
Or lessening the power of the Feywild, which he won't like. So it's kind of.
Well, I mean, the one that he corrupted in Windy Bottom, or wherever the fuck we were. More tasty. Yeah. Way back in the
Bottom.
day. That place that Matt came up with, that was a Fey portal originally.
It was. Oh, that is a very good point. We need to remember the fact that it was a Fey. Was it a Fey Lord that came through and died? So, like, legitimately need to actually bring up the fact that they have serious consequences.
And we can say that Klein and Vane Shadowthorn did that, and we're trying to stop them doing it again. So actually, we're protecting him, and actually, we're on the same side.
Yeah,
I think we should be really optimistic, because anytime we've been in a, like a questioning or any kind of situation that we want something, every time we've gotten exactly what we've wanted. So this is probably going to go perfectly well. I think, interrogations.
If push comes to shove, Edgious will just talk at him until he gets bored enough just to give us what he wants, so we leave.
Dude, I'm a skeleton. I can currently live forever. You can leave me here with this guy, and I will fucking bother him for the rest of time.
Literally be cast in ice and still be chattering away like, you can still move your hand.
Leave my skull with him and take my body. I'm just going to have terrible perception, but I'm all about it, guys.
Just sitting on the mantelpiece, he walks in, he's like, oh, fuck off.
I'm like, how's your day, man? Did you have a good day today?
And every time he's actually somewhere else, we'll just FedEx you back to him. Like just your head every time.
Yeah.
He tries to get rid of me, and you guys keep... The new mission is to keep pranking him until he fucking just gets sick and gives up his throne.
He wakes up in bed and the skull's on the pillow next to him like, morning!
I tried to make you breakfast, but I'm just ahead, so I'm just here.
Oh man, that'd be so much fun.
Why is Edgious just turning into Deadpool? That's just essentially what's happening.
It's pretty much what's happening.
Dude, I will tell... Genuinely, Tom can back me up on this. 2 sessions ago, I turned to Tom and I went, I realized something today. I was like, I realized that Edgious is Deadpool. I was like, my fourth wall break all the time. I was like, I'm a total ass. I have weird emotional moments that somehow strike harder than it's meant to for such a dumbass character. I'm like, I'm hitting that weird Deadpool vibe pretty consistently now as well.
Hey, good news though, Tom. That makes you Hugh Jackman. So,
I mean, it makes him a huge Jack man, as in a man that fucking jacks off all the time. I mean, like, that's fucking... I don't know.
By the way,
I'll be with you in a minute, folks. I'm having real fucking issues with this formula. But we're getting there.
When you, Boats, during your session, when you were talking about Callum and you asked if he was wearing trousers or not, I think you said 8 to 9 foot.
Those are feet. I said inches.
No,
yeah. No, you said foot.
Damn. I was like, she's fucking rocking a meat fucking worm. He's got a python wrapped around his leg.
It's one of the fucking sandworms from June.
Mate. Dude, is the moment fucking Callum has trousers, you know that's not Callum, bro. That's the easiest GM giveaway I've ever fucking had in my entire life. No GM has ever planted it in that easy for me to work something out,
It's true.
Kid. Oh man, I'm excited for us to get Callum out and him be like, I fucking hate you guys now because you left me in here for so long. So actually, go fuck yourselves. And we've done this for
We
sessions.
We get back out and he's like, well, I'll never go back into the Fae and you guys suck, so I'm going.
Yeah, peace.
Just opens up a tavern.
There we go. Right.
Oh.
we got there in the end. I am pleased to say, and I will say this, we started the session with around about just over 1,000 tickets allocated. We finished the session with 1,207 tickets allocated, which is phenomenal. So thank you for all the support across Instagram, TikTok, Discord, Twitch, YouTube, all of it, podcast. Thank you so much. So without further ado, I am going to generate my random number and we will pick a winner. I'm also going to pick a backup just in case. But drum roll, please.
That sounds like Danny typing.
It does sound like Danny typing. Fucking phenomenal clap back there. Love it.
You bastard.
Don't just type something in the chat for us.
With that being said, out of 1,207 tickets, so I have generated a number from 1 to 1,207. The number we have finished on is 91, which means Data, and that has worked out fucking phenomenally as well. Data, you are our winner for the 4-year anniversary giveaway. What a fucking roll that was as well. So thank you so much, Data. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for the engagement on Discord as well. Always being here. That is phenomenal. Well deserved. So thank you so much. And there we go.
Shit.
So yes, all of those goodies will be heading your way.
Confetti.
More confetti.
Do it again. Just keep pressing it.
I just clocked into the music that Dave has for this moment, guys. Can we all just be silent and listen for a second?
Isn't this when Edgious is trying to think?
Fuck it. Yeah. This is the maths music we usually put on when people try to answer that.
Yeah. Such a prick. Amazing stuff. So, Data, I will be in touch. The dice tray is still in production, as is the dice tower, but once it's all done and sorted, I will collect it all together and I will send it all your way with a PDF so we can get to you straight away. So thank you so much. And with that, my friends, as I have spent too long trying to figure out Excel formulas, let's close it there. Sorry, Edge, have you got a question, Bodhi?
Yes, I'd just like to say something as well. Data, Token, Celt, and Astro's Liver Storm? I don't know what the fuck. I can't read.
Astro Silverstorm.
Astro Silverstorm.
Thank you, guys.
Astro's Liver Storm.
Fucking give me a break. Give me a break. I'm dyslexic. It's all one word. There's no commas. There's no spaces. No, I just want to say I super appreciate how much these guys have been in the chat tonight, and I know we don't often like chime in like response. Some of those comments were absolutely fucking killing me. Like some of them were making me absolutely die laughing, and I like had to keep it like in a couple times. I just want to say like super always appreciate all you guys in the chat who are commenting, saying stuff, being a part of it, and it always, I know, it makes my experience richer when we do the stream. Watching the chat say some wild shit.
We've got it off to one side that we can all see it next to our feeds, and it really does liven up when we can see the chat going, scrolling through. It's great, and I'm glad that you guys are having fun, having a good chinwag as well. So thank you ever so much.
Absolutely. That little community is growing, and please do join us on Discord as well. I know Data's been doing a little bit of sort of almost Discord like roleplay in there, so there's songs on there, there's fan art, like phenomenal stuff is going on there now, so please come and join us there. But yes, after what has been a very, very mentally heavy session, that was a great way to finish off. So thank you to my players, because you're all awesome. The RP was phenomenal. Yeah, let's go find out what more Feywild fuckery we've got for us next week. And then I believe the week after that, if I'm not mistaken, Dave, you step into the Game Master's chair.
Game Master! Yeah.
So yes, as we enter into spooky season, lots of spooky stuff coming up. But with that being said, look, we've been the Malt Magic crew and the Malt Magic family. Thank you all. We love you always. I love all of you dudes on screen as well. So thank you very much.
You killed it.
This has been episode 66. We'll see you next time.